I look ghostly in the viewfinder. Anyways, I wanted to do another video to give Morphe another try. As you guys know, my Jaclyn Hill, grab that real quick, I have the receipt right with it. My Jaclyn Hill palette in my last video did not work out for me as far as like uniqueness goes and as far as like color scheme that I already own. So that's pretty much why I'm returning the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I did buy the 3502 at my store, which is the Second Nature. This is a very warm palette, as you can tell from my eyes. This palette is insanely beautiful. Now, the reason why I do have reds in my collection, however, I do not have reds in one palette, which is really nice to have. I did notice that this palette has a lot of browns in it, which is fine by me. You can create a lot of neutral colors, but I wanted to use the reds and the oranges because I was drawn to them. I think my favorite color of them all has to be this orange shiny metallic one because they're in the Juvia's Place palettes, but this is just a gorgeous, almost like it reminds me of like an orange crush soda. Like it's so orange and so pretty. So I popped that in my inner corner. I used the reds. I used, they have names, but they have it on a sheet here. So let me see. I think I used Fire, Sauce, and Ruby. Those are the ones that I wanted to use. They have an Ablaze color in here. It reminds me of a Smashbox palette. But see, what I didn't really like about the Smashbox Ablaze palette is that it was warm, but not like super warm. I have a lot of beautiful cranberries in my Lime Crime Venus 1 palette, my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, but I love reds, I love reds. And Ruby in this palette reminded me of Swoon from Kat Von D. Because I have the Kat Von D Too Faced Better Together palette. I have the Kat Von D part. My niece actually has the Too Faced part. But that red is gorgeous. And this is maybe not as bright, but it is similar. So if you missed out on the Better Together collection and you wanted that real pretty metallic red, you can get it in the Morphe 3502 palette. So this is super warm, super beautiful. I was very scared when I tried the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I was like, for 38 bucks, it's not worth it because this color scheme is not unique. And the shades were kind of like meh. But this is actually, I'm impressed with Morphe on this one. This one I can give them a thumbs up for because this is a very good palette. Now I'm going to get into swatches with my fingers, swatches with a brush, and then also demonstrate how I created this look on my eye. I just wanted you guys to kind of have a heads up of my thoughts on this palette already, but I will close the video with my final thoughts on the palette and how I think I will utilize it. But this is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. I can see myself wearing these colors all the time. I absolutely adore red colors. They are my favorite. And then this lip actually worked really good. This is Galactic. This is the matte lip paint and Posh. And it's kind of like a terracotta warm nude. So it worked perfectly. I did use in my waterline the basket case liner. However, mine broke. So I have to go return it for another one because the whole thing just went boop, flew. So I actually finished, I don't know how it broke, but I'm so sad that it broke. So I'm gonna have to return it just because I really like it. It sticks in my waterline really well, and it's hard to find something that sticks in my waterline super nice. I wanted to do kind of like this burnt red, smoky, black red look with this thing, with this palette, so that's why I want to make sure that I get a new one because that's just ridiculous. It just broke in half. And also with the Morphe palette, there's just a whole lot of reds in there. The only thing I don't like, but I don't really care about, I mean, I really don't care about the names unless I'm doing a tutorial, but I will lose this sheet eventually, I know it. But the sheet of colors, yeah, it's just a sheet of colors. And then you place it here to see what the colors are, which is nice and all, considering this was $23. I just can't wait to use the darker colors like the black, with the red. Oof, that's just gonna be beautiful. I will create more looks with this palette. Do bear with me. I am in the process of moving. Now, it's not something that I planned for. This is actually something that just come up. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. In my last video, I think it was my BoxyCharm video, I kind of mentioned that there's some good things coming up. There are some good things coming up in my life, so I will elaborate more once I get more, you know, detail and finalize a lot of things. But I am moving, so I can't really tell you where yet, but I will tell you where in a minute. Okay, well, not in a minute, but eventually. Anyways, I do absolutely love this palette. This is very good. This is very unique, very beautiful. 35 shades for $23. That's less than $1 a shade. So that's really good. And in considering that you're getting some really decent sized pans, I mean, you can get the ABHA ones $12. Is it $12? $12 or $14 a pan. That's expensive. Or you can get Buxom for $12 a pan, $40 for 6. That's expensive. If you're looking for a cheaper option and a warmer palette and you missed out on like the Kat Von D Better Together and you didn't really care for the Too Faced part, if you did get it, I really do suggest, highly suggest getting the 3502 because it's very beautiful, very unique, very pretty, and you guys know my thoughts on the Jaclyn Hill palette. I absolutely hated it, but that doesn't mean Morphe really messed up. It's just depending on the palette and the color scheme that you like. This is the color scheme I prefer. You might like the Jaclyn Hill palette over this, but I absolutely love this over the Jaclyn Hill palette any day. This is gorgeous. It's just beautiful, very fiery. I just created the coolest fiery look, so I'm like, woo, I like it. It's a lot, but I like it. This is my cup of tea. So if you're not really into the reds and stuff like that, I would suggest looking at the other palettes and seeing what else those palettes have to offer. But I'm so excited that this came to our store because we don't usually carry Morphe in our store, but some Ultas do. I was very excited to see that we are actually carrying inexpensive products. Of course, I do work in prestige, so I'm kind of like, no, you gotta buy Urban Decay, not Morphe. But for a growing makeup artist or someone that's just looking for an affordable option to grow their makeup kit, I think this is a great option for you. So if you want to create some really editorial or even really nice special effects looks, I think I can do a lot with this. I'm actually excited to use these reds in July for my birthstone series. This is going to be a real pretty ruby color. So I really like the way it came out. I like this palette, so I give it a good thumbs up. So yeah, that's the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to just talk about the palette so you guys know exactly how I feel about Morphe. I wasn't a big fan of Morphe at first when it came into our store. I was like, what is this? Because I just keep hearing about it all over the like the YouTube community, the beauty community. Morphe this, Morphe that, code, you know, use my code, use my code. And I kind of got sick of that. I'm like, I can't trust someone that says, use my code for money off, because they're getting a commission. And for me, I'm like, I don't want to give you money knowing that that might not be a good product for me. So I want to make sure that I get a good product, good quality product. I don't get commission in my job for selling product. I don't. So I just give my guests my honest opinion and what works for them. So I'm not like, oh, this is amazing, get this, get this, get this. I'm more like, this will work for you because because I want to make sure my guests are walking away happy with their purchases and not just getting it because I make a commission. I don't make a commission off of my sales on the sales floor. My goal is to make sure that people are happy and the people are well taken care of, and we build their baskets based on what they love and will not like, ugh, this is terrible, she sold me this, it's awful. I want to make sure I customize that for my guests. So that's my little spiel on that. But nonetheless, this is a very good palette. I don't have affiliate codes with Morphe. Absolutely not. I don't have affiliate codes with anyone. I don't get commission off of this channel. I don't make money off of this channel. This is my honest opinion. I want you guys to know that I don't fool around. I base my love of makeup or love of products based on how good they perform on my eyes and if I can use them every day, because I don't want to buy a palette and it just sit there. I know I have a lot of palettes, but a lot of them get a lot of love. So I use it for my really extreme looks, I use it for my natural looks, I use it for everything. So I do love my makeup, I love doing artistry on this because I am a painter, so it just works for me. Makeup is my art form. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys, you know, those who I know I talk trash about Morphe so much at my store. They're like, Lydia, you bought a Morphe palette? I wanted to see what the hype was about. So the hype is pretty high. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed for the price and also the quality of this certain palette. I was not impressed with Jaclyn Hill's palette. To me, it's a waste of money, and why they priced it so high compared to these ones when you're getting the same amount of product is ridiculous just because of her name. That's ridiculous. See, Morphe, you know what you should do? Stop attaching YouTubers to your product and upping the price. Don't do that. Because I know it's a collector's edition. I know a lot of people watch Jaclyn Hill. I don't care. I want good quality product. Don't up the price because of a name. Okay? Give me a product, $23 for this. I want $23 for the Jaclyn Hill palette because it's not anything special. You know what I mean? That's just my little gripe about that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.